Hello, everyone. This is Tracer May 21, and today we're talking about Naruto Storm 4. Today I have with me,
Dante, aka Syntax.
yeah. So basically, we've been playing Naruto for some years now, since well, heck,
For a long
but
time,
yeah, a
man.
long freaking goddamn time, bro. But
Yes, sir.
so the idea today is to go on ahead and just go over a few things just regarding Naruto. Just go ahead and just put some information out there. Also, too, just basically including our point of view in regards of the game currently in its point of state. So, so I was just thinking that starting out, we could just talk about the issues, right? So, like starting out,
Right.
what would you say, like in your personal opinion, is some of the issues that you see with Storm 4, bro?
Well, in general, bro, like I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's the combos. I'm a real combo savvy person. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, one of the combos I want it to be fluent. I want it to have like less errors. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm pretty much, when it comes down to fighting, that's what I look for, the technicality or the the effort when it comes down to fight.
Right.
So in the combos with Storm 4, it's like it's a 50-50 chance if you don't know how to execute the combo. So like let's say I do 3 circles. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? If I wanted to do something more than that, if I wanted to do something more than that, I would basically um, be in a stall or stall. I don't know how you explain it. It's more like it's like a stall, but it's like I don't- it's not so much a stall. Like it's like a delay. Like you in a very long delay. You know what I'm
You talking
saying?
about like when you do your combo and
And
it's
the,
like
yeah,
yeah,
and the combo ends, bro. And like I'm looking like, what is Storm 4 doing? Like, I mean, like in Storm 3, it was so much more fluid. I could do my combo and like lag it out a bit,
hmm,
but I wouldn't have like a stall. I mean, like a delay point where I just can't hit. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
and,
And I really don't like that.
yeah, and I kind of get that because to be honest with you, it's like that's kind of a similar situation I was in starting out. It's just the fact of the matter is that like for me, it was like okay, I didn't like how they took out that hop to the side tilt, hop to the side
Yeah.
grab and stuff like that. And I believe that's probably the mechanic when they freaking took that crap out, it basically made it where we can't really react in a manner of which we want to react. You know what I mean? To
Hmm.
these certain scenarios and situations that we'll basically be in. So let's say that you pick Donzo or well, I don't mean to keep saying Donzo, but just whoever, like you know what I mean. Let's say you pick
Yeah.
Sasuke, you know what I mean. Like it doesn't matter who you pick, like, and then you go for your
Right.
typical cancellation, and then the crap doesn't work like in the manner of which you want it to work. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's just it's a strange situation. Now, like for me, bro, like I'm gonna be honest, right? Like my issues, okay, per se for the game, would be the lack of relays. The simple fact of the matter of, I mean, I like the team switch and everything. I don't like that they took out the instant awakenings. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a lot of mechanic, and I like I said, I don't like that they took out that hop to the side tilt crap. So it's like
Right.
it's a strange feeling for me even playing now because um think about it. Like I mean, we have people that picks these 3-man teams, right?
Right.
And then with us, most of the time we pick our 2-man team because obviously, I mean that's just kind of what we became accustomed to because we're so used to playing people on our like level, if that makes sense.
Right.
However, with people that use those 3-man teams, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just the fact of the matter is that it's just strange because with that team switch feature or whatever, like basically you will be in a situation or like me per se, like if I'm chakra dashing, right?
Hmm.
And then I see somebody coming in and then like I mean obviously I'm trying to beat them up with the chakra dash. They do a team switch, do a jutsu, do another team switch into like dude and then switch right back to dude that was doing the jutsu in the first place and then come in with a chakra
Right.
dash.
Right.
New mechanic, nothing wrong with it. It's just the fact of the matter is, it's just a matter of adapting, which is nothing wrong with that. But
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I could say it's a little bit less glitchy, but it's just one of the issues. I mean, what's your opinion on that, bro?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times, like coming into it, it's one of them things that you really have to. If you really don't know what you're doing, you're gonna really mess up a lot of your gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm like just, I'm just like, man, like actually trying to play it. Like because for me, like I play Storm 3 a lot more than Storm 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So playing Storm 4, I mean, as I've gotten to like it, it's kind of one of them things to where like you can really see the difference between Storm 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, given a chance that, you actually, play them side by side, you can actually see the difference in the movement.
Feels
You
like
know what I'm saying?
two different games technically.
Yeah, man. It's like they just try to smooth out everything to the point where you could barely do anything about certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really not a good it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, like prime example, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you jump when you hold guard and you go to the left or to the right
Mm-hmm.
or any direction, you feel what I'm saying? The way that it will be is that you have to wait for the whole animation to come out before you can actually move. Like if I wanted to just walk forward, I would have to wait for that whole animation. I couldn't. Hey, security. But anyway, so it's like it's interesting because like when you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of them things to where like when you look at how um Storm 3 is, right?
Right.
So if I jump to the side, I can still block. You feel what I'm saying?
You mean
Whereas
you
in
mean like
Storm 4,
the guard the guard hopping? If that
well,
makes
no, not the hopping. Like just if I hold guard and then I want to move to the and I do a jump to the left,
mm-hmm.
what's the name? You wouldn't have the animation for that. But
Right,
like
right.
now, there's an animation on Storm 4 where I would have to, if I could do the jump hop combo, it'll cancel it out completely, and I just slide to the left or to the right, depending on the animation of the character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's funny because like I can't guard in between that. Like they can literally chakra dash me if I'm in that slide animation. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do anything about it but sub. Or
Right,
unless I throw shuriken and it miraculously give me some type of animation where I override their chakra dash.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of times, like when it come down to it, like Stone 4 is
Have
you
as
can't
much
be boxed
control.
with Stone 4. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to think more openly. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I've learned is that um anything with an animation in it, it slows you down. You feel what I'm saying? So like
Basically.
now when I move, like my chakra dashing is not how like it was on Storm 3. You know what I'm saying? Where if I wanted to do a jump to the left, chakra dash shuriken, you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
couldn't do that. I
And
can't do the same thing on there. On there I can basically do a jump to the side and then air dash,
right.
and it'll take me straight to the character. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting because it's just interesting. You know what I mean?
And it's funny, but like it's funny you mentioned that because at the end of the day, remember back when Storm
Uh,
3 was out, right? We used to
right,
have it where well obviously Storm 3 is still out, but you get what I'm saying. When it first came
right,
out. You know,
right. I guess.
but basically we was in a situation where we could actually do like grade 3, grade 4, grade 5 chakra dashes, right? Whereas on
Um,
Storm 4, you know, if we go for a chakra dash, especially an air dash, there's no possible way that we can freaking do that freaking crap. I mean, now granted, on the ground, yeah, but at the same
right,
time, it's not. It doesn't feel the same. You
right,
know what I mean? Like, so if you go for a grade 5 chakra dash, it's impossible because you can't do a chakra dash on the ground, hop in the air, then do a chakra dash in the air, and then just keep on doing the same exact like chakra dash. If that makes sense to make it work,
right,
because they took the mechanic out the freaking game.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
it's a little
But see,
weird.
I figured that out on Storm 4. It's a little bit different, but it's the same concept.
I mean, it is, and I feel that because I mean
Hmm.
that's the thing because at the end of the day, that's the
That's kind of
reason.
what I wanted to show you too, actually.
Once
Cause
we
see, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I didn't know how to put it. I didn't know how to put it into Storm 4 when I learned in Storm 3. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because I had to learn the mechanics first. But see,
Mm-hmm.
now that I know the mechanics, I can do stuff like I do on like I did on Storm 3,
Yeah,
and
and
like
I think
even see some stuff.
we both had that moment where we had to find
Yeah.
like that moment of comfort, I guess, with Storm
Hmm.
4 because
Hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they changed a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So it
Hmm.
and like you had said earlier, it feels like a totally different game, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it is technically the same game. But when you take some of the main mechanics that made the game in the first place, it's just like, you basically playing in the manner of which you want to play, but it just
Right.
doesn't work because that's just not
Right.
the way the game works anymore,
Right.
which
Right.
is kind of
Hmm.
strange. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. But see, like this. So, take for instance, right? Let's say I chose Itachi.
hmm
Right. We all know Itachi is OD.
right, right, right.
You feel what I'm saying? Let's say we took hey, let's say we took Itachi.
hmm
So basically, right, in the aspect of using Itachi, the first thing that you notice when you use Itachi is his movement. He has dynamic movement all around. Like he got a 10 out of 10 movement.
And
You feel what
that
I'm
darn
saying?
T-Rex hitbox,
Right. You know what I'm saying?
man.
So basically, right,
hmm
the thing is, it's like it's really comes down to it really comes down to your execution and how you move. Like what I've learned is that Itachi is one of them characters where you have to
Like maintain your momentum or whatever.
yeah, like if you
Yeah.
don't, then you really gonna find yourself in a position where you have just like this OP ability to just go around stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like you take the slowest character in the game and his movement.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
Like freaking Zabuza, even though he has power, like I mean, just as an
Right,
example, like freaking
right.
Zabuza
Like he got power. You know what I'm saying? But it really comes down to
or freaking
how
Choji.
you move. It comes down to how you move. You
hmm
know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you really have to understand the nature of the movement of the game, and
Exactly.
that's what I had to really master because like it's different than
Then Storm
it's
3. So
different.
it's
Yeah,
basically it flips the script because
right,
like I said, if the battle heats up, right, and you start
right,
fighting seriously, you know what I mean?
right.
Like automatically it's gonna nerf you because you're thinking about it.
Hmm.
And me too. It nerfs me too, right? So like we'll think about it as if it was
Hmm.
Storm 3, start to try to pull off certain stuff, and it's just impossible on that game because the mechanic
Hmm.
just ain't there anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know how to like explain that, but it's just
Yeah.
but yeah. So, I mean, that's one thing. But I mean, and not to ride on the game, it's just that basically, like I said before, I was
Hmm.
just like I said, the first point was just issues. So that's kind of what the freak, like that was. But you got any other points on that though, on the issues or not?
Well, it is the combo cancel jump, man. They could have kept that.
Oh yeah, you talking about that the guard break pill?
Yeah.
Yeah, that crap is stupid. To be honest with you, it's like it's real cheap too. So it's like
Mhm.
I mean me personally, I use it as like a relay,
Mhm.
but I would never. I mean, like what? Maybe once in a while, every once in a while. Like if somebody's spamming me, then yes, perhaps I'll
Mhm.
use that freaking guard break peel. You know what I mean, and try to get some payback, and all of that freaking crap. But at the same time, it's like it's still a cheap mechanic. There's no way that you can make that legit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I just use it as a freaking relay, but I agree with you on that freaking crap,
Right.
And I know that you don't like the counter mechanic. I mean, I mean, it's halfway decent. It does technically cost you chakra bar and freaking crap. And to be honest with you, if a person's sitting there spamming counter, they're
Mhm.
not gonna be able to go awakening and all that freaking crap in the first place anyway. So,
Mhm.
so I mean, in a way, it's balanced, but could it be more balanced? I kind of get your point on that too. You know what I mean? But they had to add something with that freaking other crap that
Mhm.
they added with the hop to the side and with the
Yeah.
R2 when you R2 and freaking just hold left or right
Hmm.
or backwards or
Yeah,
front. But
because like I feel like a lot of times, like when it come down to it with that, it's just I hate that combo counter jump because if it's a 50-50 chance of you actually landing a combo, even if you practice and get all of your combos, at the end of the day, it's still like you are put in a position where you have a disadvantage because as the offensive person, you
mm-hmm.
feel what I'm saying? And I feel like they're catering to more people
They play
who,
defensively.
yeah, you know what
Yeah, I
I'm
kind of
saying,
get what you're saying.
or because you'll have a guy who will just spam two supports, you know what I'm saying, and then run back,
And most of the
and
time it'll be
then
freaking goddamn on Pain and Nagato.
right, right, Pain, Nagato, and Sasuke. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah. You talking about
That
the one
that
with the
road
Inferno.
to ninja, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Yep.
Bro, like, and it's crazy because, like, I mean, you'll find a lot of people like, I'm not saying I can't beat it because I
I
can
mean, yeah,
beat it.
it's beatable.
It's just
Cheap though. It's
annoying,
still
right?
cheap, you
It's
know?
annoying, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of the things where I feel like, at the end of the day, you really gonna just have, you gonna have a real time playing against good players when it come down to it. Like you find players that play good but cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's those be the ones that really get annoying to me. You know what I'm saying? Because they play so whack. But anyway,
Yeah.
so it's like, man, like I mean, maybe I can say if the relays didn't have a number on it, you know what I'm saying? Like the guard breaks, if they didn't have a number on them, I would consider that cool because
But
if you only
no,
got
but you got
two,
to think about it. As you already said, because, okay, now granted, now the relays for us would be like something legit because we're not going to use the guard break pill as a guard break pill. We'll use that freaking crap as a relay. But
right?
other people, if it was unlimited, you already know the game would be freaking goddamn on stupid at that point, bro. You know what I
I mean,
mean?
well,
It's
yeah,
like, why
but I
even
feel like
incorporate that crap in the first place? You know what I mean? Like,
I
why?
mean, the garbage. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes that garbage be saving your boy. You feel me?
I
I
mean,
ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes, like these people
I just,
spam.
I mean, yeah, no, I feel you. It's just
I
that
mean, but you more on the dynamic of style anyway when you come.
exactly,
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
feel like yeah, that's gonna be your thing.
yeah.
I'm talking about for me, like bro, I'm known as the guard breaker. I break your guard in a heartbeat. You
Mm-hmm.
feel what I'm saying? That's why I was number one
Yep.
and Storm 3. You feel what I'm saying on the Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
It was just I put myself at a place where I just wasn't finna get like destroyed. Like like in my mind, I'm looking like I'm gonna break your guard before you break mine. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And I've always had that mindset, but I just knew how to elude myself around whatever you did, and get you to guard.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drain your cells before you guard. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And then when you get to guarding, that's when I know I got you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it was always that way. So I mean, at the end of the day, it was kind of like that was really the only niches that that really stuck out to me in terms of that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now, I kind of feel you on that because I mean, to be honest with you, I mean that kind of touches bases on the issue, but I mean, or issues rather, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
regarding like Storm 4. And like I said, or I mean, it wasn't in another video I had made. It was like basically just talking about um, how the story mode was and all that, but nobody really
Right, right.
cares about that. I'm just talking about like I said, the gameplay. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's what you're
Yeah.
saying too. And that's the important part. The moment that the
Hmm.
gameplay starts to lack, then the game itself starts to lack, and the community will change.
Right.
I
Right.
think
Right.
that's one of the issues I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, with the community changing in such a manner, it's like, I mean, God, like we don't have the same people that freaking would play the way that they used to play. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like now, like I said, the normal, like the norm is two freaking like almighty push supports or something stupid. You know what I mean? Instead of actually sitting there and showing your skill in fighting like it's supposed to
Right.
be.
Right.
And that's something else that I had an issue with. You know what I
I
mean?
do too, bro. I still do. I have an issue with that
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of times people think, I feel like a lot of times people think they own. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. while they sitting there
Mhm.
spamming jutsu, spamming ultimate jutsu, spamming almighty pushes and all this freaking crap.
Yeah.
It basically becomes the freaking norm until eventually it's just like, just changing the freaking comfort zone because it's just so weird. Now, granted, we
Right.
are gonna talk about like the stuff that we do actually do. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact of the matter
Right.
of just touching on the issues. I mean, I have an issue with that as well. Since when is using like what 14 freaking jutsu a match a freaking good thing?
Right.
I mean, since when is using like I don't know, freaking 10 freaking ultimate jutsus, even if they don't connect, freaking like a good thing? I mean, you
Right.
know, I mean,
Yeah.
come on,
I feel you. Yeah, I
that
feel you.
doesn't make sense, you know?
Right.
I mean, in my personal opinion, it's just like it's freaking cheap. Look at like repeating the same tactic, consistently sitting there doing the same exact thing. I just feel like these people, they just got to step up their game just like we used to. You know,
Mhm. Yeah,
um,
because like I mean, you'll find them people that spam like they'll pick somebody like Veiwer or some type of
projectile type.
projectile type,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like some type of range type,
Mm-hmm.
and basically just spam, just spam, like, and then
Mm-hmm.
wonder why. I mean, because you find a community, because like when I was in the Storm 3 community, like a lot of the people who I played up against, they were real, wow, wow. But they were basically, I play up, the people that I would play up against, they would be, you know, sitting back spamming jutsus, and they had like Itachi and Madara and Sasuke, right? And just spam the jutsus in the back of the what's the name?
Yeah.
Like it made no sense to me. Like I never understood it.
Yeah. I
You know what
mean,
I'm
I
saying?
feel
I
that
mean, it's
too.
not like I can't beat it, but like I mean, like actually play me, man. Like
It's annoying because I mean, like I said before, like we could sit back and do the most complex crap inside of a match, but at the
yeah,
same time, only thing a person doing is sitting there. I mean, not saying that this is the case every time, but like a person can sit there and button mash. You know what I mean? When we sitting there trying to do all this complex crap, and
hmm
then even though they're doing the simple crap, it just takes heavy damage because that's what the game has been designed to do. To go on ahead and
right.
make it easier for, I guess, the newer players to play and all that. Like for example, what the freak did they give a team switch chakra dash for? Like, and then it cuts.
Yeah, it
Have
cuts
you
the normal
noticed
chakra
that?
down. Yeah, yeah,
You
and it
don't
cut
have to
it cut
have
them up
any
again.
chakra. You could just hit that freaking team
And
switch.
do it like 4 times. Like
Exactly, and have no penalty. Only penalty you have is, oh well, I got to get my team meter back. But if you like
unless
us,
you get that floaty jump where the guys jumping, where you jump
oh,
and
I
then
hate that.
the
I freaking hate
yeah,
that crap, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I'd be like that.
like you would jump and then like the person will switch and then it's just lag to you or like delay to you. You know what I'm saying? It's always something, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like Storm. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, Storm 3 was I think that's the classic
A
of the
freaking
Naruto,
Naruto. I
the
feel the
Naruto
same
series.
way. I mean,
Yeah,
a
the
lot of
Naruto Storm series.
because I mean, a lot of people is gonna end up saying like, maybe Storm. What the freak is that game? The one we did the
Generations?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of people gonna say generations. You know what I mean for storm, for
Mm-hmm.
the storm, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they polished up a lot of stuff. I mean, regarding Storm 3. Now, yeah, it was very
Right.
glitchy. I mean, it was glitchy. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
remember how like we was able to go orange? You know what I mean for the
Right.
team jutsu and be able to do
Yeah.
like it was just an
Focus, yeah,
unavoidable.
animations,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was an unavoidable attack sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's just like I mean, in comparison, I mean, would I say the Storm 4 is glitchy? No, but would I say that they added cheap mechanics? Yes. You see what I mean?
Yes,
It's
bro.
just
Yes.
that's my issue.
Very cheap
You know what
mechanics.
I mean?
Yeah, bro. Like they made I'll put it like this. They gained smoothness and quality in the visual aspect of the game,
Mm-hmm. And
but
gave it up for
lost
freaking
the but lost the gaming mechanics per se.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting because like when you play Storm 3, it's like it's so free. Like you could play it so freely. Like it's so free to play. Like you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like there's no hindrance in your movement. There's no hindrance in
Exactly.
your melee.
Exactly.
There's no hindrance in your jutsus. Like you could cut out a
Cancellations.
jutsu. Yeah, bro. Like it was, bro. Like the game and mechanics, bro. Like I wish they could remake Storm 3 and add more boards and characters, bro. Like I really
They
wish
need
they.
to, man. I wish that they freaking actually didn't ever say that they was gonna do like Storm 4 is like the last one. I
Hmm.
was hoping that maybe they'll add like another one and just give us like instant awakenings and relays back, because a relay was
Yeah,
technically
bro.
when we held down freaking circle, and if you let that crap go without chakra dashing, it'll put like your opponent inside of this team combo. You remember that crap?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so basically, like that's kind of what they needed to do. Give us all the mechanics. Y'all want to add new stuff, that's great. But at the same time, it's just, I mean, you got people freaking that's used to the game how it used to be. Now we got to get re-used to it. You know what I mean? And then if we play in the way
Hmm.
that we used to play, that's looked at as a problem, because at the end of the day, it's like it's not that game anymore. You
Right.
know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's obviously, in my personal opinion, I think it's an issue. And I don't think it's like something that can ever be adjusted unless they freaking add more to the game, or like you said, freaking goddamn gonna remaking Storm 3. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Which
Yeah.
technically they did. Remember when that darn it, Kabuto was a beast back then. Remember when that freaking that roll to Boruto, not roll to Boruto, that Kabuto crap. You know the DLC
Oh yeah.
when we had
Hmm.
to use Itachi and freaking dude. That's when we came up with that
Yeah.
combo, bro. And the thing of the
Yep.
matter is, oh
Yeah,
no,
buddies.
man, bro, that was difficult. But like, I mean, they remade it already on PlayStation 4 when it freaking was out before, but
Hmm.
still, man,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times, bro, like that was kind of the cream of the crop, bro. That was the
exactly.
cream of the crop.
I agree with you. Like, cause it's like every game got its best. You know what I mean? Like Halo, there was
Yeah.
Halo 3, and then there was
Hmm.
Halo OST or
Reach.
whatever the freak. I mean, yeah, yeah, and then Halo Reach as well. And then
Hmm.
I mean, just every game has its plateau. You know what I mean? And at some point, they're gonna try to keep it relevant and obviously overstep a few bounds. I just think that maybe
Right.
perhaps when it came to Storm 4, now granted, I mean, they tried it out with Revolution. I hated the goddamn
Hmm.
on game. I mean, if people like it, is whatever. But at the
Right.
same time, it's just they incorporated that into Storm 3's mechanics, and then they basically took stuff away when they really didn't have to, and then all of a sudden now we have Storm 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's strange. It works, but it's strange. That's the thing. You
Yep.
know. So
Hmm.
So I didn't want to get too stuck on the freaking issues, because obviously we gonna end up talking all day on that one.
And you
But
know I got issues. I got
man,
issues with that game.
but freaking so all right. So what we was gonna talk about next was just like things that we do on the game. Like, and what I mean
Right.
by that would be like, okay, so for example, like the like how we, or like for example, like just the little simple stuff, how it's like no cutscenes and all of that. You know what I mean? Things of
Hmm.
that nature.
Hmm.
You want to go first on
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah, bro. I mean, like the way we play, man, like it's like we play with like a competitive nature. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but it's still friendly. You know what I'm saying? So like, if we were to practice, like our practice would be basically full handicap on us. You know what I'm saying? And the computer get all the damage. You
Mm-hmm.
feel what I'm saying? And so we'll try to get perfected. We'll try to, I mean, like we'll try to get perfections off of, the computer at its best on super hard with all of the spam and stuff that the computer do. We'll try to basically get around that as practice. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Then you will have you know, we'll do little drills and stuff like that. You know, like how like basically doing combo cancels and knowing how to respond in different situations with items instead of like jutsus. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And learning how to relay and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And for me personally, like honestly, what I had learned and what when I play Storm 3 or Storm 4, like the way that I've learned was that chakra dashing is really the key to a lot of your battles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know how to chakra dash properly, you won't really win the game. You feel what I'm saying? because in order to get the first hit, you have to chakra dash. You feel what I'm saying? And the quicker your chakra dashes, the faster your melee come out. Depending on the person that you use. But overall, like for me, like I didn't jump the scale of chakra dash, and then I didn't took it up to, and made it more of a wave, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like the first level of chakra dashing that I would do is just like a normal chakra dash, right? The second one is chakra dash wave. Is basically a chakra dash cancel, and then you jump either to the right or to the left, and then chakra dash again. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the third chakra dash is basically where I would chakra dash, jump, and then chakra dash at you again.
For guard
You
pressure.
feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
So
you.
this is when you get into guard pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got three levels. I got three levels to that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Where basically I would, intensify each. I would intensify it each more, like make it faster, depending on how much chakra, depending on how much chakra I have. You know what I'm saying? So I have three levels to that. So like you got the first, which is the burst, where I just boom and I come at you real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's one where, you know, it's kind of like I give you like an off center chakra dash. You know what I'm saying? It's like that slight second before you hit the ground, I chakra dash. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And it'll just have you floating to the person. You feel
Yeah,
what
no,
I'm
I've noticed that too, and they did
saying?
keep that inside of Stormford. It's just
Yeah, bro. I like
but at the
that.
same time, they freaking got dang on took the I just I don't like that. I don't like the air chakra dash speed. Like I mean, I kid you not. Like it's basically like um, you know how like I said, like we used to be able to do like an air dash. I mean, just in general, you can still do it on Storm 4. It's just slower. Like I mean, if
Oh,
you
I
press
learned.
X like consecutively, like real fast, you
Uh,
know what I mean? So basically, if you do that, it's gonna pull you in, towards your opponent and whatnot.
right.
You dashing at them,
Yeah,
right?
it'll be a little laggy though.
It'll be laggy, and then also too, it's slow. Not to mention,
Mm,
if you sit back and then you do a just normal chakra dash in the air, it's really a very small interval of speed that's like of a difference between a normal typical chakra dash in the air and a freaking just typical normal air dash. You know what I
not
mean?
if you not if you switch it between that.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but during that, it's like it does leave you open
You can spam
temporarily.
that.
Right, right, right.
You
Yeah,
can,
people. Yeah, you can. I mean, especially if you're using like a 2 man or whatever.
yeah, like cause see, this is what I would do. Now this is what I do. Like
Hmm.
I would air chakra dash, but I in like that split second of me coming to him, I'll switch out and chakra dash again with the new character. You
Hmm.
feel what I'm saying? And
Right.
then switch out again and then chakra dash.
You talking
Switch out
about
again and chakra
for a
dash.
ground? You talking about for a ground tactic? I,
No, for air.
hmm.
You gotta hit it every 1 second. You gotta hit it.
No, I see what you saying.
You feel what I'm saying? Because when this switch, you gonna have half that bar to switch your character again, especially if you wanted a 2 man. They give you that half bar and you gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? But
See,
see, like,
no, go ahead.
yeah, but see, like with me, like I hit it between the chakra dash so I could flip out and have my dude go out as I'm floating in the air still. So I could chakra dash again and keep that rotation going.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I hammer. If I wanted to equivalent that to what I do on Storm 3, you know what I'm
right.
saying? The mechanics is a little different, but once you get the hang of it,
It's basically it's manageable. However,
yeah,
like when it comes to me, like personally, like okay, so what I do is basically exactly what I used to do on Storm 3, but just kind of taken to a different level because the mechanics are different. And then
yeah,
people are gonna I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that's going to be like, "Okay, the mechanics are not that different." You're wrong because obviously before we didn't have we could actually do XX consecutively, right? So we can do an
right,
air dash, right?
right,
And it will be the real fast one. And then when we
right,
come in, we'll have to throw a chakra shuriken to go over our opponent's head.
right, right.
Whereas now,
You
it
can
does
just go
not
regular
cost.
character.
There's no penalty. You can
Right,
spam that crap, right?
right. Right.
Now, the thing of the matter is that, see, what I do is I don't waste my time on chakra dashing because the crap's too slow, right? So at the end of
Mm.
the day, if I really want to get close, I'm going to chakra dash. But for the
Right.
most part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk forward, hop multiple times, throw a few shuriken, wait for you to come in, throw another shuriken, fall down into the tilt, and then after that, once you get hit by the tilt, I'm gonna switch and then hop over. You know what I mean, with the freaking consecutive freaking X, hit that shuriken, follow right behind you, and start doing
Right.
my combo. Because at the
Right.
end of the day, I don't understand why they made that possible. But hey, like I said, there's no penalty.
It's kind of
Then
broken though.
it
I ain't
is
gonna
broken.
lie.
No, I'm not. It really
I
is.
ain't gonna lie. Because
But
if you do it right, like they won't have a chance to get out of it. Like if you
exactly.
do it.
There's no escape because I mean, in all honesty, depending upon the character, some people's tilts aren't really all that good. But at the same time,
Right.
it's like, like okay, so there's that. I mean, so that's one thing. And I also do that chakra dash thing that you was talking about that you do in the air, but instead of in the air, I do it on the ground. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll do a chakra dash. I come in with another chakra dash, with my team switch character, and then go into my combo. I'll hit shuriken. Well, no, I mean hit hop shuriken. You know what I mean? Then I'll freaking go
Right.
ahead. I'll do like, I mean maybe one or two jutsu. And
Hmm.
it's still the same way. I mean, there's like two matches that you can win, and technically four matches. You know what I mean? All together
Hmm.
with everybody freaking doing everything that they have to do. But here's the
Right.
thing: if we're sitting back and we're doing our match, right? So what
Right.
I would do is I would max myself out at two jutsu, right?
Right.
Obviously, I'm not gonna do anything more than two jutsu because obviously anything more, I would just feel like I'm being cheap, right?
Right.
In regards of ultimate jutsu, I'm not gonna freaking, well, I mean, if I'm like low on health or whatever, and I've like just took a real big beating or whatever towards the beginning of the match for whatever
Right.
reason, I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I would use the ultimate jutsu, but it's just the fact of the matter is, like, I mean, that's not something I'm gonna sit there and spam. I'm not gonna consistently
And that
set that
combo
freaking
counter
crap.
crap.
Exactly. Now, I'm not gonna lie. See, the counter sets up with quite a few things. That's another thing that I do. Now,
Mm.
Masato's move. So basically, I brought relays into Storm 4 by basically setting up a relay, and then what you do is you'll relay with the guard break pill, you counter, and then you instantly switch, so you can emulate that crap. But at the
Hmm.
same time, whenever you come in with that freaking crap, nothing can hit you because it's gonna throw off the tracking. So in other words,
Right.
let's pretend like Sasuke, because he got really terribly good tracking with his freaking goddamn Chidori, right?
Right.
You hit that guard break pill and then you freaking cancel it out with the relay, right? Hit that counter and then you switch and chakra dash, you will not be touched.
Mm.
You see what I mean? So, I
Hmm.
mean, unless you like for some reason hop back inside of the trajectory of like that area that he was about to hit in the first place, which I don't know why anyone would do that, but at the
Right.
same time, it's just like that's the only way that you can be hit. You know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
that's another thing. The team relay, you know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, um, I mean, I came up. I mean, well, we both do this, but I mean, like I seen how fluid the game is. So I was like, the moment I touch the ground, I should be ready to tilt. I should be ready to
Right.
attack. I should be ready to
Right.
throw a shuriken. So the
Right.
question is, what my opponent is going to do? If I'm using Itachi and Minato, then I'm going to go on ahead and freaking the moment I touch the ground, I'm going to go for that tilt, cancel it out, and then as you're stunned, I'm going to go ahead and come in with a chakra dash or something to that effect. I mean,
Right.
the thing of the matter is that, like Dante had said earlier, like I mean, when it comes to us, whenever we train, whenever we go up against the computer, you know what I mean? We'll put it on the full handicaps, and then obviously, like I said before, if you make a mistake, you restart the match. If you create a glitch, you restart the match. If you do
Right.
the same tactic twice, you restart the match. You don't sit back and just accept freaking yourself doing certain moves and tactics when you know that you can do better. That's the
Right.
thing, you know. But
Hmm.
that's just my what's your opinion on that, bro? I mean, I know you was share your opinion on this. I ain't
Yo, I
wanna,
agree with you
yeah,
100%, bro.
yeah,
I mean, because I feel like if you don't practice, you really don't take it serious. And a
exactly.
lot of times, like, I mean, I play against people, and they really just don't take the match seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like just the average Joe playing it, seeing how other people play.
Yeah, and that's
and they
actually a
don't
good
think that
point.
they can. Yeah, and they don't think that they can actually play at a high level, so they just wind up doing stuff, doing
They're
cheap stuff.
trying to freaking compensate in a very strange way, and then all of a sudden that's supposed to be considered skill. When
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to
No,
dog
no,
anybody. It's
they
just
consider it skill, bro.
it's
Cause
really not. It's not.
yeah, bro. I mean, because I put it like this. Now, not saying that everybody had their own way of playing.
Right.
I get that. You know what I'm saying? My thing is when you have people that run away, when you have people that sit back and spam the same move over and over again, and they act
Hmm.
like they're doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then the people like you and me come in and dog them out because they're doing the same jump. You know what I'm saying?
Now
And then they get mad
now
because
we're
you
wrong on that. You know that.
right. We're wrong for beating you up. You know what I'm saying? You find some people that be like, "Oh man, you did a good job," I can't believe you beat me because I'm always winning against a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, for me, I'll be like, "Man, you need to stop." You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Let me show you how to actually play. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Because see, a lot of times when people play, like they had this notion that you know what I'm saying, repeating the same moves is gonna get you to the top. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? But
But you know
even though
what?
I say it's how you go about it, because like somebody could use the same move, but how they do it would be in a way where it's just like, dang, you know what I'm saying?
But
But for the most part, it's like, yeah, like overall, like repeating the same moves and running away. You know what I'm saying? Like those would be the type of things that really make you discredited as a player.
exactly, and it's funny because, bro, if I was to sit here, and if you was too, bro, if you was to pick Hanzo and Mifune, and if I was to pick Hanzo and Mifune, bro, for every match,
I'm telling you, I'm telling you,
dude,
just like
because
me.
they're broken characters. So it's just a fact of the matter of like, obviously, we know that anyone can win with them. You see what I mean?
Right,
It's just the fact of
right,
the matter is that we're trying to take the match seriously, show off skill versus skill, and test what the freak we can do and what we came up with. But at the same time, if a person sits back and comes up and does all these weird and random tactics, and what I mean by weird is not like something unfamiliar. I mean by like some old cheap stuff. You see what I
right.
mean? A person that sits back and just does, like, I mean, kid you not. Like, I mean, what the freaking what's this guy's name? Momoshiki. You know that guy from freaking Boruto. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, imagine if somebody picked him and then they picked Itachi and had his jutsu set to Amaterasu. Like I said before,
Mhm.
hit the Amaterasu, go to freaking the Momoshiki support. Then you switch back to a freaking
Wait,
switch
how
to
did you get Momoshiki? I forgot.
you got about a DLC.
No,
Yeah.
no one.
Dude is he's okay. I mean his combo his combo is kind of difficult to cancel from time to time, but he's actually not he's not bad. He's not bad.
Yeah, I like his animations.
Yeah, his damage output is pretty darn good too. So I mean
Yeah.
there's that. And then that whatever his name is, the big guy,
Uh-huh.
yeah, he's not bad either. His tilt is kind of OP though.
I didn't get the DLC.
Huh?
I said, I didn't get the DLCs.
You you didn't get the DLC?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let you try out those characters because no, they're actually they're not bad. I mean, do I use them personally often? No, I'm not gonna lie. But it's not out of spite. It's just
Yeah,
I mean they're just there.
yeah, right.
But
I kind of want to learn everybody, bro. Like that's what I want to do. I mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna get it on my next paycheck. I'll see how it goes.
that's another thing. So it's like basically for me, I had went through this little phase where it was certain characters I just did not know because I'm new. I mean, well, I'm not new now to Storm 4, but I'm saying
Right,
like when I first started playing Storm 4, it was certain characters I was not familiar with, right?
right, right,
So I had to see their combos for myself. I had to actually go into practice mode and use this person and see how to cancel their combos and what's they little glitches and all this freaking crap. You
right.
know, but I do have a general idea on those two characters, but do I know how to use them as effectively as like my normals? No, I'm not even gonna sit here and freaking BS in front and lie. I don't, you know. But
Mhm.
but okay, uh so regarding the things that we do, like we touch bases on that. I'm not trying to like hold us up and stuff, but basically So regarding the advanced players right now,
Right.
that's the next point. Regarding the advanced players on Naruto, what would you say personally is something that, like, as a word of advice, what would you want to say, to them?
Well, I would say that in terms of being a pro player, you know what I'm saying? Pro or elite level player is basically one of them things that is developed over time and bout. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times, like people who master their way of playing and make a number of kills is basically a pro player. Like what I mean by that is like 100 to 1. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? 50 to 3, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
My highest win to loss ratio was 75-3.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? So like that's kind of really where I was at. You know what I'm saying? I put myself at a place where I just wanted to excel at my craft of how I played. Now I'm not saying that running away is a bad thing because if that's your player style, then that's your player style. But it's how you do it that makes the difference. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If it's in a pro level status where you run away, but you know that you're running away to bait somebody in, or you know that you're running away to, to basically get some type of damage, but not like running away to gain distance so you can spam. Like that's two totally different things. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
completely cheap, as we were saying
Yeah,
before.
you
You
know
know what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying? So a pro level player knows how to use whatever the whatever battle situation he's in or she's in to her or his advantage. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
Not just I'm gonna create a lot of distance all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I wake up from getting knocked down, I run away. And then start spamming range jutsus or range
Like projectiles and whatnot.
projectiles. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Or they come in and just see me. If I was to be offensive with a defensive team, like let's say I had Nagato Pain and Sasuke, Road to Ninja Sasuke.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? My whole thing is I'm gonna be on you 24/7. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because if you're sitting up here trying to, I mean, mainly because I have like close range characters. You feel what I'm saying? You got to come to me in order for you to get hit by the almighty push or almighty pull. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to be in my vicinity. So
Right.
I'm gonna put myself in your face so that you can't do anything about it. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And whatever you try to do, I'm gonna try to hold you down with the almighty push.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? From my teammates. That's how you play as a pro player. You feel what I'm saying? Like you know tactics. You feel what I'm saying? And the more tactics you know, make you an elite level player. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And
So at
see,
the end of the day, yeah. So what you gonna say?
no, 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 no. Go ahead. My bad. I mean, no, go ahead.
Oh no. All right. But basically, that's kind of really what I was saying. Like, to answer the question about, what would I have to say to pro level players? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are considered a pro level player, you will know how to have a battle. You know what I'm saying? There wouldn't be an instance where you wouldn't understand what's going on. You feel
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so that'll put you at your peak in terms of your awareness, your combo skill. You know what I'm saying? Your item usage. How you chakra dash, how you conserve and manage your chakra, and all of that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Depending on the person you bringing in the battle, that's kind of really see. A lot of people don't think your items. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They really play a lot in how do you in the course of you winning the match. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Because if you have bags and if you have the floaty bags, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you throw one of them out, that hits both you and your teammates
Exactly.
for free.
It's a nice
You feel what I'm
stop.
saying?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So basically, if you got the bags, I know you're gonna try to take out my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you in a position where you can't use those bags. You feel what I'm saying? So either what I do is I give you pressure so you don't stop my teammates. You feel what I'm saying? Or I position myself in a defensive stance where I'm basically waiting on you to come to me. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because I'm not gonna just push you if you're trying to come after my teammates. You feel what I'm saying? If you have paper bombs, that's the easiest way to come back to get a knockout. I mean, to get a knockback, and so you
Right,
can
and then
recover.
you can have your teammate to come in with that strike back thing or whatever, so that
Yeah,
that way, yeah, I
yeah,
know what you're talking about, and then
and we can bounce
automatically
them
it's
back
gonna,
and keep the
yeah,
combo going.
it's
You know what
gonna,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
If you want to be offensive, but see,
exactly, exactly.
I never use that. The reason why I never use that is because I always need chakra, so I'm gonna use that as a way to get chakra back.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wouldn't think about my teammates. I wouldn't think about continuing the combo if I know I can just do
It's
it
it's it's
instantly.
just it's just like what I was thinking is like I mean regarding the advanced players, I mean just to go on to like whatever the freak the word would be, I would
Uh,
just like for them, for the people that's listening in, it's really this simple. Do you care about how you win or do you just want to win?
mhm,
That's the question, because if you're sitting back and then you do all of this ridiculous crap, you know what I mean, in the process
right,
of you sitting back and winning, it doesn't make sense.
right,
Of course you can possibly win, but can you be happy
I,
about that? Can you be
mhm,
proud of that? The idea is showing off your skill. If you really want to be that good, if you really want to do what it is that you say you're trying to do on the game,
right, yeah,
then go on ahead and show your skill. See, by doing all of this other ridiculous stuff, it's technically you holding back,
oh, you
because
got it, bro. Yeah,
you can't do that and expect the game to be any kind of fun for
right,
yourself and for others,
right,
you know? So
right,
my advice for the advanced players is very simple. Take this game more seriously. Why am I saying that? Because why is it that you do not see Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 at Evo, at the tournaments
right,
anymore for
right,
$15,000 of winnings or
right,
$20,000 of winnings? Because the game community has changed. The
right,
idea is very simple. Take the game seriously, that way we can really do something. Why is it that
right.
we have games such as Soul Calibur that came out so long ago still having tournaments?
Yep.
Because the game community has not changed. They have stayed competitive. You see what I mean?
Mhm,
And I
mhm,
just feel like, I mean, regarding the advanced players, it's just about that time. Just freaking stay competitive. Keep the
mhm.
competitive game going. Stop picking 3-man teams. Try out your 2-man team, right? Let's see what you can really do. Anytime you really have to fight seriously, pick your 3-man. There's nothing wrong with that. No one's going to criticize that. You see?
I would. I don't
I
like
mean,
3-man
depending.
teams,
I
bro.
mean, of course, I would as well. I'm not. I don't. You know me, dude. I don't freaking goddamn. I don't freaking pick that freaking crap often, bro. It's just the fact of the matter is that it's just a matter of like bettering themselves, just like
Yeah,
we
man.
consistently try to reach for further height ourselves. You know what I mean?
Bro, I feel like I'm bogus if I pick a 3-man team.
I
I
honestly
ain't
do
gonna.
too, bro. And that's the weird part. That's the weird part. But people are so comfortable picking that crap. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So comfortable. Every single time. Every single time you hop on the freaking game, bro. If you freaking hop on a game right now and you picked a player match, I guarantee you you're gonna end up against a freaking 3-man team
Mhm.
first. You see what I
Mhm.
mean?
And somebody with some bud mashing people with spamming teammates and jump, man.
Exactly. And
Be them weirdos.
yeah, that's the sad part, man. It really is. That's the
Like,
freaking sad part.
see, you know, cause see, you know when you know. I'll put it like this: you know when the battle ends, and the person won, and they still doing the combo after they didn't after you didn't.
Cause they button
You know what
mashing,
I'm
bro.
saying? That's what I know. You already know, bro. You already know.
Yep, yep.
You already know. And it's crazy because like me personally, like I'm like, bro, if I do it, I'm doing it because I know that I'm doing this. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got some people who just sit up and just spam the circle button coming to you, and it's hard to get out of the. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know when they started hitting, and as they hitting as they coming to you. Like that's the crazy part.
It's strange because I'm gonna be ended up touching upon a certain point that I'm gonna end up freaking saying soon, but at
Right.
the same time, it's just in the meanwhile, it's just like okay. At the end of the day, I just know for a fact that people can do a lot more on this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, instead of the button mashing, all this random crap regarding certain teams that they're picking. I mean, the thing of the
Mhm.
matter is that there's a lot more that can be done. People fight against us. They're like, "Oh, that was a freaking fun match." You know what I mean? I enjoy freaking fighting you. But the thing of the matter is that why did you enjoy it? Did I use jutsu? Did I sit there and spam supports? Did I spam my ultimate? Did I freaking do all this random crap? The answer is no. I fought you bare freaking combo. Now you sitting back and you freaking like also amazed. You can do the same thing. Push yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
There's nothing that special about freaking us regarding our playstyle besides the fact of the matter that we stick to it.
Right. And you get it better. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like
Exactly.
when you learn, oh, I didn't know I could do this. Now I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put this with this. Oh, yeah, it's over now. Then
Yep.
you go online, try it out on people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Then you try it out on
Exactly.
people and see that it worked. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, this, and this. Now, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get better. If you sit up there and just like do the same jump all the time, bro, you don't get nowhere. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
You
saying?
be you
And
be
so
stuck.
like,
They'll
and
be
they come,
stuck in the same freaking goddamn on spot. And then at the end of the day, yes, that certain amount of skill is all right, but you can't expect for that to basically be your basis because it's not gonna be much for long because at the end of the freaking day, it's always something better. But you always
exactly.
have to strive to reach that next level for that exact reason. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
That's why I honestly, I actually give the advice of learning every character before you master a character. Reason being is because if you learn every character before mastering one character, you will have a better understanding of how each character is. You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, I never played when I first started playing. I never played this with the. I never played with the same character. You feel me?
I'm pretty sure that most of these people I ain't gonna sit here in front. I'm pretty sure that most of them probably have put in that effort with like everybody and whatnot because you know what a lot of people end up doing now is like the what the freak you want to call it, like I guess randoms. You know
Hmm.
what I mean, right? So
Yeah.
like you know how you just pick randoms for the whole match or whatever. Like I mean, if people do that, it's
Hmm.
just their utilization of the character. It's kind of like my issue. Like okay, if you know for a fact that you can do more, do more. You see what I mean? Instead of
Right.
sticking to just one combo and consistently spamming the same goddamn on cutscene, pushing your opponent so far away just so they can get their freaking subs back and then come back with whatever the freak they want to come back with. It just I don't know. I mean, I just think that competitively, it could be a lot better. Naruto can. I
Hmm.
mean, but at the same time, like just as a game itself, it's just like I said before regarding the advanced players. I just think that yes, there is more that they can do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I definitely think that.
Um, but for the next point, I had put down grabs. You know, only because I was just gonna talk about like grabs in the game and things of that nature. Because at
Hmm.
the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I mean, even now, I still go for like maybe four four grabs in the match. Now, granted, like I said before, I mean, I'm not gonna let them connect,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I'm more than likely I would try to connect at least two grabs in the side of a match. You know what I
Right.
mean? But
Right.
what's your opinion and what do you do, bro?
For the most part, like in terms of grabs, I really don't grab unless I need to. I put myself in a position where I do what it takes to win, per se. So now I'm not going to spam jutsus, or like spam like, like or be a bud masher and spam like, like different melees and all of that stuff.
Right.
My thing is I go adapt to the person I'm playing. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
So I will test you by doing XX. If you bait off my XX, I'm a smash you. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times, like when I do XX, that's me free and out in the open. I'm not doing nothing to attack you. It's just me moving closer to you. You feel what I'm saying? And so in my tactics, my way of thinking about the game, I'm not so much focused on. I'm not so much focused on, whether I melee jutsu or use an item. My
Mm-hmm.
thing is, what would you do if I put you in this position? You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? And then I react off that. Like that's kind of how my gameplay is. And depending on whatever you do, I go according to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, prime example, if I chakra dashed you now, what would your instinct be? You know what I'm saying? And then
Exactly.
I will go off of your instinct. I'm not going to just so whatever your instinct would be like. I'll probably bust a jutsu if you're trying to chakra dash me. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
depending on how I'm feeling, I could probably go and do a sub and then chakra dash you and then come and get a combo. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
start a combo because I had the advantage. Because if you notice something like if you hit off a chakra dash, you have a less likely chance to recover than if you had a if you counted a chakra dash with a sub.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
Especially if you like in the especially if you like in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, I guess I go with the flow, man. Like I just go by how your instinct is.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
kind
saying?
of adapted like something like that to be honest, or like, cause I think I got that from Storm 3, like
Yeah, bro.
the freaking. It's kind of what I used to call my crap. I used to call it a free flow play style, if that makes sense.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
You know, so basically it's like you basically just playing. Shoot, at the end of the
Yep.
freaking day, shoot. Like I mean, you play with your opponent. Like you
Hmm.
remember how Toby used to be? You know what I
Yep.
mean? How
Yep.
he'd just do stuff and then just wait for people to do stuff, knowing good and well he's not an idiot, and then he'll just
Right.
sit back and freaking goddamn gonna just counter everything.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
do. And then
basically,
at one
yeah.
point, I actually main Toby, bro. I had him as my main on Storm 2. He was one
No,
of the
you
guys that I
used to
used to
main.
use.
I think you used to main Mass Man, was it? No.
No, it was Toby.
Yeah,
I
I.
was playing, but that was when I was in my that was when I was in the clan on Naruto
Oh, you talking
on
about when you
Xbox.
with freaking with Kami and crap?
Hmm.
Yeah. Cause I mean, yeah, cause I can imagine his freaking tilt is so hilarious, dude.
Yeah, bro. Ta-da!
Exactly. But I mean, I know that's a little minor point. It's not. It's nothing serious. Only reason why I put that down is because I mean I touched bases on it before. You know, the grabs and
Hmm.
stuff. But now
Yeah,
it's time for
but
like
who do you think is the best grab? Who do you think has the best grab?
um.
Like in your personal opinion?
In my personal opinion, I would have to say the best grab would have to go to that new version of Sasuke, adult Sasuke. How
Oh
he
yeah,
how
yeah,
he does the
yeah. I
Chidori
like that one.
stream on the freaking ground, and he can basically
Yeah.
grab anything in sight, and it lingers, and then you can basically grab
Oh
anything
yeah.
right there. I think
Yep.
personally that that's like the best grab. Now,
Yep.
granted, there are better grabs. I mean,
Right.
Pain has a pretty darn good grab because he has a lot of range, right?
Right.
You can catch anybody like out of a freaking chakra. I mean, out of a chakra dash.
Orochimaru too. Hmm.
I mean, but his crap, it has like it has a weird startup. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
granted, he has that range. It's just that the startup is just so freaking slow.
Soulful. Yeah.
But
What about what's the name? What's that guy? He has that fire. It's a fire style jutsu that he do as
as a
a
grab,
no. It's like no, it's not a grab, but like I'll put
oh,
it like this.
you're talking about Roshi?
No, not that guy. The other guy. It was a guy. He got like these hearts. He had like I think
Heart.
5 hearts. Yeah, like he had. It was.
Oh, you talking about Kakazu?
There
This
you go.
guy. I
Yeah.
mean, no. See, honestly, his grab is decent as well. However,
Hmm.
I mean, I already consider him as a broken character, so that's the reason
Yeah,
why I
he
ain't even.
broken.
That's the
Yeah.
reason why I didn't bring him up. Hidan, Kakazu, Mifune, and Hanzo are just characters that, honestly, they should just be characters that people use for fun. Because in all honesty, if I was to pick Mifune and what's his name, Hanzo, like
Yeah.
it would just be broken. If you pick Mifune and Hanzo, it'll be broken. If anybody else
Right.
picked Mifune and Hanzo and they actually know the game, it will be broken. The thing of
All
the
you gotta
matter.
do is jutsu. That's
Exactly. You
really all
use
you gotta
Yusu,
do.
you switch, you come in, go for the grab, go for your
Right.
tilt with freaking
Right.
Hanzo. They already
Yeah.
poisoned. Keep fighting with Mifune. Doesn't matter what you do, they're still taking damage.
Yeah.
And at some point,
Yeah.
You keep that rinse and repeat until eventually they are KO. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
basically, that's just kind of how that goes. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
And
But
see, actually, I learned this new thing with well, not with Hanzo, but with Mifune, where you could jump. He got an infinite combo.
are you talking about with his down combo?
Mm-mm. No, it's that you know what you showed me with the act. What was it? Circle hop, shuriken, circle hop,
Oh
shuriken.
yeah, well yeah, I do that. But see, every character has that. But see, that's my thing though. So it's like
Yeah.
it's weird because originally I came up with that tactic with Minato on Storm
Hmm.
4, but
Hmm.
every character can do it. Even Zabuza, bro. I kid you
Yeah, I
not.
seen it. I seen it.
I think you seen me pull it off before too.
Hmm.
Yeah, bro.
Hmm.
Dude is ridiculous. Like it's like
Yeah, I
every
like your Minato gameplay, bro. I
yeah,
ain't gonna
my
lie. Your
Minato go hard,
Minato,
bro.
yeah, yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably like the best control Minato I've ever seen.
Yeah, but he's still nerfed because I mean
Hmm.
on Storm 3 he used to have instant awakening.
Hmm.
Cause I missed that right here, right here, right
Yeah,
here.
man. And the Naruto, the one with that Goku Naruto combo you used to do.
Yeah, yeah. But see, that's
I'm
something
mad they changed that.
I told myself I was never gonna put that crap on YouTube. My freaking my combo with Naruto.
What?
No, 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 no. The Goku Naruto combo that I came up with.
Yeah,
Yes, bro. I said I'm never putting it on YouTube because
but
otherwise,
why?
I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just it's unique to me. But I mean, Storm 3
I
is not even
I
relevant.
could respect that.
I mean, but at the same time, it's like I hate that it's like that. But Storm 3 isn't even relevant anymore, and then everybody's so focused on Storm freaking 4. So it's like
Hmm.
but
Dang.
at the same time, I may do it. But even if I do it now, nobody's gonna care. They're gonna be like freaking. Oh,
Nah,
okay.
bro. I think you're gonna get some people that's gonna like that combo.
Man, bro.
It's gonna be some people that like that combo.
We come out with that gigantic hand, bro. And
Telling you.
it's an instant guard break too. It's like it's unblockable. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, bro.
Hmm.
But freaking so the next point there is basically holding back. Now I understand that maybe like you probably don't hold back as much as probably I would, but I'm gonna sit back and just say this one thing.
Hmm.
Regarding Naruto, right? And I
Hmm.
made this point before inside of like the video from like what 7 years ago or whatever. But the
Right.
thing is, if we are playing the game sitting side by side,
Hmm.
we can actually fight serious. If
Right.
we are playing the game online, we cannot fight serious. You
Right.
see? And the reason why is because there is still a partial lag. So, that
Yep.
being said, it's basically very simple. There's no possible way to instantly say that anyone's really going all out on the game. Now, granted, they have patched the game, they fixed a few things. Obviously, it doesn't lag as much as Storm 3, but let's be honest, the game
Hmm.
does lag. Not
Right.
to mention, it's very simple regarding holding back. There
Hmm.
are certain things that we just will not do. It's very simple. I won't use cutscenes. I'm not gonna use more than 2 jutsu per match. I'm not gonna use the ultimate unless I have to, unless or if I'm freaking like finishing off my opponent or something like that. It's weird how the game is basically became because now we're in a situation where basically if we fight against somebody that's actually on our level, heck, even if you and I was playing against each other, we're
Right.
still holding back because all
Hmm.
right, you're gonna stop yourself from using a cutscene. I'm gonna stop myself from using a cutscene. You're gonna stop yourself from freaking using multiple jutsu. I'm gonna stop myself from using multiple jutsu. I'm gonna keep the conditions that I set for myself. You're gonna keep the conditions that you set for yourself. What
Right.
does that mean? That's not a bad thing. It is very competitive, but it doesn't mean that we're playing serious.
Right.
And the weird part about that is, I know that I end up getting sometimes a lot of crap about holding back, but that's just kind of what I do. Unless I know that I really am up against somebody that like actually can handle what the freak that I'm basically like doing, if that makes sense.
Right.
But at the same time, it's weird though. It's very
Hmm.
strange, you know. So what's your opinion, bro? on the holding back thing. I mean, just in general, like even yourself.
All right. So for me, I used to believe that holding back was a waste of time. I felt like, I was always gonna give it my all. You know what I'm saying? And whoever I was going up against, what I'm saying, I thought of them with fairness and respect. You know what I'm saying? But as I come to learn, you can't really give your all to every person because not everybody gonna take you seriously.
And they're not gonna
You
give
know
that
what
same
I'm saying?
respect.
Right. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And so basically, whoever is worth being respected, that's who I give my all to. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Because if I give my all to a random who come in and just start trolling, then I'm being the stupid one for giving my all to somebody who don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned, and that's a subject for life in general, not just the game. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, but in regards to the game, yeah, that's pretty much what I think about it. I
I
feel
mean,
like a
you
lot
you
of
can
times,
give your analogy, bro. I mean, it's fine.
all right, all right, cool. But yeah, like basically, because in life it's the same way. You know what I'm saying? If you give your all to a woman who really not taking you seriously, and you basically giving yourself, you know what I'm saying, and all that you are to her, and she like, she tell you that she love you, but she really don't show it or act it. It's kind of one of them things to where like it's not gonna really be worth giving your all to. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Because it should be reciprocal. So that's the
Hmm.
same way with war. That's the same way with friendship. It's the same way with family. It's really just another life lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like this with this here, whenever I'm fighting somebody, I always give that I always try to understand that is this person worth my effort. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
And
Because not everybody is.
that's actually and not to cut you off. I was just saying I was agreeing with you and also just inputting as well. I was just saying that
Yeah,
basically that's kind of my mentality as
yeah,
well. Now I know that that mentality on my end is a little bit arrogant. You know what I mean? But at the
mm,
same time, that's never my intentions. It's just the fact of the matter is everybody, like you said, if I sit back and I think to myself, I'm about to go ahead and fight seriously, right? Somebody's sitting there with dead or a sorcery and freaking pain or something like that. And dude's just sitting there
mm,
spamming. Now, granted, I could
mm,
easily get around the spam, but then it's
right,
just so freaking annoying. And I'm just fighting this person seriously. It's like a waste of my time. I
right,
know I'm gonna win.
right,
I know they're gonna keep spamming. It doesn't really particularly what is it? What is the purpose?
right.
Why
Cause
use
see, with
you
that
know
situation, bro, honestly, in my mind, I wouldn't even try. Like, I would just play to play at that point.
exactly
You know what I'm
exactly
saying? Even if it was a ranked match, I just play to play. Now I know I will win because I know how to go against that type of fighting style. You know what I'm saying? So I know what to do to get out of certain situations if I was to get spammed. It's just
yeah
the point of the fact is like playing people who could be giving their all but don't necessarily know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because like prime example, I could be a UFC fighter, right?
hmm
And the person that I'm going against could be, you know, just a street fighter. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know how to fight. They just know what they learned over a period of time, and that's what they
exactly
know. You know what I'm saying? They don't have really any structure in their fighting, but they
hmm
learned over the course of time how to, fight in the streets.
right
You know what I'm saying? So if they came against me, you know what I'm saying, as a UFC fighter, and I'm organizing and a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, I know exactly how to pick them apart. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? So it's that kind of mindset, you gotta have when it come down to,
Yeah, because
playing
I mean,
against
it's
people.
not, it's not, it's not that I don't know how to put it. It's just like basically, I mean, I don't like wasting my time. You know what I mean? When it
Right,
comes to
right.
people freaking got dang on, with certain characters they be picking and stuff, man, it's just, and then not even saying that it's just a waste of my time to fight seriously either. It's just
Mhm.
maybe sometimes when it comes to me, I try to give people a chance. I know
Right,
if I go all out, you know what I mean? I've had multiple people just sit there and rage quit,
right.
right? And let's pretend that it's somebody that's actually, maybe they just started or maybe they feel like they are on that day or something like that. I'll give them a
Right.
fight. But it's just the fact of the matter is, what will be your
You know what the
reaction?
outcome gonna be.
Exactly. But see, that's the problem. So if I sit back and I just dominate in the match, they drop the controller and they freaking goddamn gonna end up rage quitting,
Right.
right? So if I let you win 2 times, and then I just make it where you can't hit me for one whole match, all of a
Right.
sudden, then it's like, oh well, this, that, and the other, and then maybe they take that as an insult because maybe perhaps I'm not taking them seriously. But the moment
Right.
that I mean, like that's not necessarily how I would feel. It's a
Right.
very interesting way of like explaining it, but
Right.
it's hard to explain because
Right. Just like with me with you when we used to fight. When we used to fight.
yeah,
You
you
know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
having that, bro. You like, I'm about to learn this game, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna honestly tell you how. I mean, look, this is how it happened, right? Since from the beginning until now. I so in the beginning, right?
Hmm.
I when we met in college,
Right.
and you told me you was like, "Hey, bro, come over. I got Naruto." I was like, "All right, cool." This is my first time playing. I never really liked anime games.
Right.
I never liked anime games. So we had just met. We were friends. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to teach me Naruto. So I was like, let's skip it. Let's go. So
Right.
I play a few matches, and you whoop my butt, right? And I see that little smile on your face, and that bro, that was what sparked it to me. So now I'm like, oh, so he think he on because he beat me. That
Man.
sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, all right, I bet. So I'm gonna learn this game. I was like, I'm gonna learn this game, and when I learn this game, I'm coming for you. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, we played maybe a week in, right? And I
Hmm.
started learning a little bit about the game. I picked Kiba, which is out of all the characters that I would pick because
Right. And
I
then
like
you
Kiba.
also
I
we
like
must
Kiba.
also include that you were the one that came up with the Kiba trap.
Yeah, bro. Like I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie, that was post full burst.
I mean,
You
yeah,
feel
yeah,
what I'm
yeah. Right, right,
saying?
right.
That was the only reason why I could do it because Akamaru couldn't get stunned.
Oh
You
yeah,
feel what I'm
yeah. They
saying?
did change the mechanics. Yeah, no, you're
Mhm.
right. Cause he used to have 2 different chakra dashes. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It'll
Yeah.
be Akamaru. It'll be Kiba. Then Akamaru will come in and hit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you couldn't knock out Akamaru. Like he would just walk through the person. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But now they made him like a puppet, so he has to be included, which I can
Yeah.
understand. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, cause it was a little bit broken, but I mean, it
It was
was
broken.
manageable. I mean, it wasn't like it was like that. I wasn't complaining about it. I mean, I found a way to get around it, but at the same time, I mean, I get why they did it, but they kind
Yeah,
of ruined dude, bro. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
bro. Yeah, bro. Like I still use them.
Yeah, no,
I just
I kind of figured
like
that's
I'm
the reason.
cold with them now.
Yeah, nah, keep it decent, bro. Decent,
Like I mean, I had to learn it. I had to get around Akamaru, but like now that I know that he like a puppet, it made it a whole lot easier for me to fight with him.
right?
So I don't be playing no games now. But yeah, like basically, so within that week, I picked Kiva and I learned about the Kiva trap and I started spamming. The Kiva, it's like a, I don't know how you explain it, but it's like knowing when the chakra dash because Akamaru could never get hit. Like he would always pick up where I missed the chakra dash. You
Exactly.
feel what I'm saying? And so basically, that's why I was called the Kiva trap because if I miss Akamaru, is gonna hit you for real.
And then
You feel what I'm saying?
you'll basically bounce
And
your
just keep the
opponent in.
combo coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
And so basically, once that stopped working, I started to learn other characters, like what I'm saying. And as I was expanding on the characters that I was learning, it came to a point where I had bought it for myself. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, skip this. He's sitting up here talking all this stuff. He keeps laughing at me when I lose and all that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about
I
some,
kind
hey,
of figured
bro,
you was
I
about to
just.
start stepping up your game, bro.
And so I was like, because I was like, I'm a master this game and I'm going to beat my big brother. Right. So basically, what happened was I learned the game. I had joined this clan. It was called Gods.
Hmm.
And basically, like capital
The
G,
one with
capital.
Kami.
Yeah, it was called capital G. It was capital G, lowercase o, capital D, lowercase z.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And there was this guy named Kami known Saki, and he was good with relays. Relays. Item usage. He was good with relaying off of item usage. Like, bro, he would do things like hit, uh, slide to the side, ninja tool relay. That's what his thing was. He would do melee, slide to the side, ninja tool, and then relay, and he would keep doing that. And if he had awakening, he would do that and then go into awakening. You feel what I'm saying?
It's funny.
And I found it.
I didn't get a chance to fight this guy yet. I mean, back then that is. You know, like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he was pretty good, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, he was whooping me when I first got there, and I told him the same thing I was telling you.
Mm.
I'm gonna whoop your butt. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so it became to a point like in 2 weeks, I mastered this game in maybe like a month.
Mm.
In 2 weeks, basically, I became number one in terms of frontal assault. So like basically, I was the guy who would go out and do tournaments. You know what I'm saying? And and we would spread our name out doing tournaments. And so they will always put me first in line. Then I would be the first in the run up, and then it'll be the assassins. And so me personally, like they consider me an Ambu Black Ops. I was the guy who made it in 2 weeks without having to. I was like Itachi. You know what I'm saying? How
Right.
you how you learn stuff real quick and it don't take much time to know it, and you
Exactly.
good at it. That was how I was. You feel what I'm saying? So once I
Hmm.
learned it, they put me in the front lines instantly. Like I was doing tournaments with people and with other clans. Like they sent just me to a tournament full of people who was like freaking sages. You know what I'm saying? And I was dogging them, bro. Like I kid you not. Like the way that I was dogging them. And I'm looking like, man, I didn't really know that I was this good. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Then I get into lobbies with
Max
with
rank.
clans. Yeah, but like there'll be clans. And
Hmm.
so basically, and the prime example, actually, when I got to max rank, bro, the guy who I went up against was a good Utakata player. That's how I picked up Utakata. You feel
Mm.
what I'm saying? And so basically, that's why, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like it's a whole lot that went into it. But what I'm saying is, when I knew that I got to one first, when I knew that I got to like the number one player in the world in Storm 3, bro. In my mind, I'm looking like, man, you know what I'm saying? This is a whole new experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is a whole new experience. And I'm looking like, man, like how is it that I'm able to? I didn't because I wasn't looking at the leaderboards. Somebody had actually told me, and then I went to go and look, and I'm like, dang, I'm number one in the leaderboards. And as soon as I looked, my internet cut out.
Yeah, we should have did more freaking tournaments, bro. Like like the IRL tournaments,
Right, right,
besides
right,
just that one. But I ain't gonna lie, we
right.
showed out that one. But at the
Yeah,
same time, like that
but
was
that was when I had just found out
I
about the
mean, yeah,
game. Though.
that was like a long that was like but that was generations too, wasn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, that was generations.
That was Generations, y'all.
Yeah, that
I
was.
didn't even know Generations. I played Storm 3,
Yeah,
even though they got the
that's
same
exactly
mechanics.
what I kept freaking saying, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. But I feel where you're coming from though, because I mean, at the end of the
Hmm.
freaking day, it's like I seen your skill like improve a little bit,
Hmm.
during a certain time frame, and then when we had went up against each other again,
Hmm.
um, what the freak? It was like basically you was telling me about the
It was in
com.
that Great Ninja War tournament.
Exactly, the Great Ninja War mode. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, you did freaking really good. And then you was telling me about Kami and things of that nature, and I'm like, oh
Hmm.
yeah, let me freaking add him so I could go ahead and beat the crap out of him real quick. But no,
Man,
no,
you so
honestly,
funny,
but
bro.
no, you did take a decent skill jump. I mean, that was actually decent.
Hmm.
So that was a nice little improvement on
Yeah, I
on your
know.
side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got my lives back, so I wasn't playing with you,
this
man.
guy, bro. But
Sitting up
no,
there laughing and stuff because you don't want. And sitting up there cheesing, got the biggest cheese from cheek to cheek, bro.
man.
I'm like, this dude just over here chuckling and everything.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I be having that bad, bro. That's why sometimes whenever I'm freaking playing on the game, I just turn the mic off, bro.
I don't blame
But no, but freaking
you.
what's the next freaking point? Okay, so it says freaking All right, so I put best characters, right?
Hmm.
So I mean, either you go first or I go first. I don't really care. Like, but basically, we was gonna say who our best character is on Storm 3 and who our best character is on Storm 4.
Got it.
So, it's like, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I go first.
Okay.
All right. So my best character on Storm 4 is actually Orochimaru.
Are you sticking with him now?
Yeah, I kind of mean him. I feel I like him a lot. I like his movement. His movement is what give me that.
It
I
is.
ain't gonna
It,
lie.
it, it is really smooth too.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
see on like I would say Itachi on Storm 4 because he's still like he's my main regardless. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But in this storm, like I don't feel like I could do as much as I could on Storm 3 with him. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Because they
saying?
they hinder his movement and his hitbox freaking sucks. But I mean,
Right,
I just made it where I can try to work with it. Like that's why you
right,
see
right,
me using him. You know what I mean, or
right,
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
And so um my best character for Storm 3 would have to be um it would actually have to be Utakata.
Utakata?
Yep.
I used to hate
Because
when you
see,
picked that freaking guy. No, because I thought you was gonna say Shino. To be honest, because now
no,
you actually were pretty darn good with the freaking guy. To be honest.
how I learned Shino was because of Utakata.
Yeah, I freaking hate those bubbles, bro.
But see, on Storm 3, you could relay off the bubbles and
No,
stuff.
no,
Like
no, no. I
I could
get, I
just,
get that. I was just saying.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like I could mess people up with him.
yeah, freaking Utakata. Then he'd be sitting there talking crap. He'd be like, "Death by bubbles." Like, dude, get off the screen.
It was one time with the combo that I could use. I would literally had a whole, like the whole board full of bubbles on some
Yeah,
bogus stuff.
yeah, and then it would slowly just float to you, and I
Yeah,
don't, I
yeah,
I used to hate that freaking crap, but
yeah.
but no, like so, I mean, like obviously for me, obviously we all know my best character on Storm 4 would be Minato,
Yep.
right?
Actually,
Um,
I think your character. I feel like your best character is Kakashi. Though.
no, 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 no. See, I really didn't want people to know that, but
Oh,
no, no, no. See, like I don't use him often because yeah, because remember, starting out, I was using Kakashi on Storm 3, but
yeah.
because remember, I wanted him
Oh
to
no, no, no.
be
It was on Revolution, Revolution, or
nah
Revelation. One of the
skip.
two.
I mean, no, yeah, yeah, no. I was a beast. I was a beast at that freaking crap, but I hate that game.
Yeah,
But
man.
but but yeah, like I mean, but starting out, like I mean, I was gonna start using Kakashi, but it's at the end of the freaking day, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I just
Mm,
basically picked who did I pick first? I think I picked Minato, right? Because I was trying to see
hmm.
if I could use that right here crap.
Right,
And then I'm like, it's not working. And I said, okay, what's wrong with this game? I got to come up with some tactics and stuff. And I'm like, okay, who's a good character I could put with freaking
right,
Minato? And then I'm like, all right, well, let me put Goku Naruto with them. And
right,
then Goku Naruto sucks on the freaking game now. So at the end of the day, it's like, all right, who else can I pick that can actually
right,
coordinate with this freaking guy? So at some point, I put Itachi with Minato because I mean,
right.
even though I just think they mesh well. You know what I mean? Whether
Hmm.
I'm wrong or not, I know how to make them work. So it's
Right,
like basically that's basically my best team on freaking Storm 4. Even though Minato was better on Storm 3, I mean I just know how to use them. So yes, that's my best character on Storm 4. On Storm
yeah.
3, obviously we both know the best character would be Naruto,
So,
Goku Naruto. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
buddy.
Man, bro. And then obviously, what the freak? I mean, my second best would have to be freaking goddamn on Road to Ninja Sasuke, which was
Wait,
like,
were you doing second best too?
if you want to,
Oh, all right.
who's your second best on both of them, bro?
Well, in terms of second best, wait. Finish yours. Finish yours.
No, no, no. That's all I had. Cause I mean, cause remember, I used to use Goku. The only reason why I said the two is because most of the time we'll end up like, because remember on Storm 4 we have two people that we have to basically
Right,
use, and if you
right,
team switching, obviously you know how to use both of those characters very
right.
well.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
I agree.
that's the reason. That's the reason why I went there. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I mean, so in Storm 4, mine would be Orochimaru and Danzo.
There we go. I was waiting on you to say him. I'm like, what the freak?
Yeah, Danzo. I still like his. I like his support in Storm 4. I can still use him like I want to.
Yeah.
In Storm 3, however, my best character, my second best character is Itachi.
Yeah. Nah, I give you
I
that.
normally use I normally use him when like I'm scouting somebody. Like I wouldn't use him on the front line, even if he is, a S class character. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I would use Utakata before I use Itachi.
Yeah.
Because I know it's
He's
like
like,
Utakata is more of a challenge when I use him. And I
yeah.
get more of a fulfillment when I win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I was to use, Itachi, because it's already guaranteed that you're gonna get a win with Itachi when you know how to use it.
He's like your no hold back character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like if I want to have fun, and I feel like I can have fun and still be at a competitive, in a competitive nature with Utakata. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because how you place those bubbles, it really matters.
Exactly.
And if you could relay off them boys, I can do a whole string and then not do part of the combo. Like if I know when in the combo, like sometimes they have knockbacks in the projectiles. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like I know when to relay off for it, so I don't have to do that, and I could chopper dash into you into a combo and do like an
Yeah.
infinite. You know what I'm saying? Or combo and relay into a grab. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot more of my offense I could do on Storm 3. That's what I kind of like. I kind of
Right.
like using Utakata.
Yeah.
Even though, even though I still use him in Stone 4 and he's pretty dangerous.
I
It's
mean,
just
granted, I mean, it's just that, like, I mean, let's be honest. Those relays made things a little bit like easier for the advanced players because it was like a third way that we can cancel our combos.
right,
You know what I mean? And then not just that, it would give us additional speed. And that
right,
was something as well. So I mean, I kind of understand where you're
hmm
coming from on that.
right.
You know, but freaking So with the next point, it was gonna be, well, we already talked about the ultimate jutsu. So here's my question. So for the next one is, all right. So what is your opinion on awakenings? What do you feel about whenever a person go awakening? Would you awaken? Do you awaken?
Um, yes, I do awaken, but only if it's a team, only if it's team oriented. Like I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't do none of the Jinchuriki awakenings or none of the
Right.
Susanoo awakenings because I
You,
feel like it's pretty OP. You know what I'm saying? Plus,
it
it leaves
is
you not open. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't really know how to use it, you pretty much gonna
wide
be,
open.
messed up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they hit slow, they do everything slow, even though they do a lot of damage. So it
Exactly.
can come in and like a good person going up against a Susanoo or something like that. Like it's pretty much a pick apart kind of game thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like if I use somebody like Neji, somebody, you know what I'm saying, and I go into Awakening with Neji, and they incorporate the team in terms of their awakening too. Like I could be able to switch out an awakening and still chakra dash and chakra dash over your chakra dash. That I would love that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Which is precisely why they shouldn't have taken instant awakenings out of the game because certain
That's what I was
characters,
thinking too, man. Like
certain
you can't take I was so mad when they did that because Jugo needs instant awakening. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Freaking
I mean, I know people will probably be cheap with Neji's instant awakening, but it's just
right.
like if they listen, we both know if we had instant awakening, bro, I could be able to use Goku Naruto, bro.
Yeah,
That's the only
yeah,
thing I care
yeah,
about, and my
yeah,
Minato will be actually the way he used to be.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the thing of the matter is
Because
that,
as soon as he instant awakening, he flying across the map to you. You know what I'm
dude, it's
saying?
ridiculous,
And then
man.
don't let him do that tilt on you.
Man. And the thing is, like, honestly, like, okay, now I understand what you were saying regarding, like, okay, the giant awakenings and things of that nature. However,
Hmm
like I said before in a previous video, if I have to awaken, I will. Like, if I
Yeah,
have to, I will. Like, I don't, like, obviously, we both know I use Minato and Itachi. So what I would
Right.
do is like I would awaken with Itachi first, right? You
Hmm.
with the Susanoo, and you may be like, yeah, that does seem a little bit cheap, but no. Well, what I would do is I would do his grab and his awakening, and he'll just sit there and roar, right?
Right.
And then I'll just instantly switch to Minato and come in with the chakra dash, go right behind dude, because they're both awakening simultaneously, and then I'll just do that chakra shuriken. I mean
Hmm.
the hit hop shuriken combo, come into
Uh,
my combo and things of that nature. And then inside of one of them, I'll do my flying Rajin. Once it hits, Minato's hitting them, then I'll switch back into freaking Itachi. So that way the
yeah.
Susanoo can come in with the 1-2 combo, hop out, throw a freaking Susanoo shuriken, fall down again into Minato, so he could be able to do his freaking tilt, not his tilt, his
Right.
flying Raijin 2 again, because you know you get two of them or whatever. And then after that, just rinse and repeat.
Mhm.
No, it's freaking
That is,
beast. It's freaking beast, bro.
yeah.
But the point of the matter is that basically, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's one thing I really don't have any kind of issue doing is my awakening. Like, I really now would I spam it? No. If let's pretend like, cause okay, we have two whole matches that we have to win. So if I know for a fact one match I used my awakening, I'm not gonna use it again. You know what I mean? But
Uh,
most of the time, I'll try to keep that awakening saved for the last final match, so that way it can actually be, like legitimate, if that makes sense. You know.
yeah.
Now, does that excuse it? Is it cheap? I don't know. It's just
No, no. I mean, cause like, what I'm saying is like, you'll find a lot of people, bro, when they use that Sasuno and they use that any type of
they'll just come
form
in. They'll come
transformation
in
jutsu.
spamming freaking square. I mean, not square, circle.
Yeah,
They'll come in
yeah,
spamming circle.
yeah. And then they get to the point where it becomes redundant. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so my whole thing is like, if you're gonna do it, be legit with it. Like, don't like if you don't play somebody, don't.
Don't don't freaking spam the freaking crap. Like it's funny
I
because
guess spam it. Like, like, I mean, that's the only way that I could put it. Like, I was trying to think of a word.
yeah,
Just be legit with it. You know what I'm saying?
because remember, okay, so think about it. Because all right, you use Donzo, right? So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, what you don't do is sit there consistently waiting for your health to get low so you can go ahead and wait so you can go awakening and use that freaking move that he does.
Isanami,
Um n-
Isanagi.
no, 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 no. I mean, yes, but no. Like he has this other move. Like will you remember what he tried to use on Sasuke? You know what I mean? To trap him.
Oh, that yeah, that was that birth tree thing,
It's yeah, and it traps them inside of the
right?
it's like a
And it,
seal, or whatever. It
mm,
seals them inside of his body or something like that. But it's an
yeah,
instant win if it hits. You know what I
right.
mean? Don't sit
Mm,
back and just hit Izanagi and then freaking goddamn gonna spam that freaking goddamn on jutsu where you trying to
yeah,
seal somebody inside of your freaking goddamn body. It's just stupid. I
yeah.
mean, now only reason why it's stupid is because it's cheap, for lack of a better
Mm,
word. I
mm,
mean, but that's not something that you do because
right,
you know what you're doing. So at
right.
the end of the day, it's like now if it's a tactic and you know for a fact that you have to go for that win, if you at your last leg, okay, go ahead. But
Mm,
don't consistently do it. I mean,
mm,
you know, I don't
yeah,
know. I mean, that's just my opinion. But
yeah.
freaking, I mean, but that's what I was talking about regarding the awakenings. Now I know that most of these other points are not as like in depth, but
Mm,
so there's like two more points left. So the next point is very simple. Advice for the new players. We already touched bases on the advanced players. So advice for the new players. So I'll let you go ahead.
all right. So what I would say to the new players in terms of playing Storm 3 and Storm 4, I would say practice. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go into a match expecting to win and you end up losing. You know what I'm saying? Or you win and gain habits of repetitively. You know what I'm saying? Like, go into a match and go into a practice match and learn the combos. Don't spam the combos. Spamming the combos is repeatedly spam in circles. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas learning the combos is 1-2 circle, 1-2-3 circle, 1-2-4 circle. 1, 2, 5 circle. So you have an understanding of what to do within the combo. You know what I'm saying? So that way, like, you could do circle, circle X, or circle X, or circle X, circle X squared. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
just the point of the fact is managing that control within the combo so that way you can be able to be more dynamic if somebody subs out of your combo. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just spamming circle and constantly going in one direction doing the melee, when they sub, then they behind you already. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically understanding the nature of the mechanics before you
Exactly.
actually go into a match with a person. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's how you get control, and that's how you get understanding of the game at a quicker pace. You know, so that's pretty much what I would say.
I can respect that. And I was gonna say something similar. The only thing I was gonna say is basically what I said before in my previous video regarding Storm
Mm-hmm.
3 like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Don't 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 get inside of these matches with us, the people that's been playing this game since it first came out, because obviously you'll feel discouraged or you'll feel some kind of way about consistently losing. If you really
Right,
want to practice, then go ahead, send an invite or ask for one of us to go on ahead and make an end list with you, or a player match or whatever, and then show you the tactics that we know, so that way you could be able to catch on to these tactics a little bit more
right,
quickly. Now,
right,
I suggest getting most of your training offline. Go into practice mode, do what you have to do, fight against the computer for like maybe an hour or two or whatever. After that, then go ahead, test your skill inside of the story mode, get halfway, and then after that, do some matches online and do, like I said, regarding the endless thing. You can't expect to come straight onto the game and get
right.
everything 100% the moment that you come on. Now, granted, we love
I would
having more.
suggest you go down to multiplayer. Sorry to cut you
No,
off,
you're
bro,
good.
but I would literally suggest like you start and you put go on practice mode and go into a new game,
Right.
a free fall match or like a free match, and go against the
Where you
computer
can't
on
die,
super
basically.
hard. Yeah, and if you
Yeah.
can start winning it consistently against them on super hard, then you could go against people online. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No, that's actually a good one. So I mean that's kind of it. I mean the idea is basically, if you're new at the game, obviously you're gonna start out with a nice little losing streak. If you start playing
Right.
straight up online, you just don't let it discourage you. Just basically keep at it. Everybody had a starting point. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I didn't start out being like extremely good at freaking Storm. You know what I mean? I was so used to
Mhm.
remember the Ultimate Ninja game. It was like a 2D fighter.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I was started off really good with that, but I was new to Storm. That was years ago though. Like
Yeah.
back in like 2012.
What was it? Ultimate Ninjas 4?
No, Ultimate Ninja 4, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, once Storm came out, you know what I mean? Once I got that, I mean, obviously, I just couldn't pick Conan because it tweaked the freaking game out for some reason.
Right.
But you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was freaking ridiculous. But the point is that basically, it's just I mean, no one starts out being the best. No one starts out being like a beast at a freaking game. Everyone has that starting point. So if this is your starting point, then go on ahead and take that time to practice. And I'm pretty sure no one on the game really has a problem with
Right.
freaking teaching you what they know. You know?
Right.
Because obviously, I mean, I know me, I want competition. I know you want competition. You know what I
Right.
mean? So at the end of the
Mhm.
freaking day, it's like it makes things a little bit more interesting,
Right.
for us.
Yep.
So that's what I got to say for that, if that makes sense. So
Yep.
for the last point would be making the Storm community better. So I know I've touched bases on this regarding the Evo thing. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, obviously, with the game being in the state that it is in right now, this is precisely why we cannot expect this crap to basically have any more legitimate tournaments. What's going to make the Storm community better? In my personal opinion, I feel like people need to start being just a tad bit more positive and a little bit less toxic. Whenever we sit back and we play this freaking game, there's no need to sit back and, oh, I lost. I'm mad because I lost. and I'm gonna sit here and send multiple messages to this individual about how mad I am. I mean, or I'm gonna pick this character and this, that, and the other. I mean, the thing of the matter is that there are people freaking honestly looking for freaking new games to basically go to these tournaments. If you actually apply yourself on these games and stop being so toxic, you know what I mean? This goes to everyone within the community. We can actually make this game worth something. Again, the last Storm game, we have to basically make this game better. And it doesn't start with the game. We know we can be beasts. It starts with how we act when we're on the game. It's not what you do, it's how you're doing it. Yes, we're playing this game. But at the end of the freaking day, how are you playing the game when you're sitting back and being negative? It's time to bring out the positivity. It's time for us to go on ahead and do something positive on this game again. That's what I have to say regarding the Storm community. What's your opinion, bro?
For me, I mean, for the most part, like it all come down to the developers. You feel what I mean? I feel like what they could do is either, you know, make another game, remake Storm 3, make it have the characters from Storm 4 and possibly the new characters from the Boruto series.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the community, I would say that, you know, I mean, toxicity is pretty much,
It's inevitable. I mean, I understand
you know,
that, but I'm just saying,
yeah, but but like you don't have to really acknowledge the toxicity, even though they can be a little bit annoying. But it's the point of the fact of the real thing that I see in terms of the community with Storm 4 and Storm 3 is basically the lack of practice that people put in. Like if you want a competitive, if you need more of a competitive side if you want to broadcast the game in a broader perspective. And I'm focused on the tournament factor. You were right when you said that there was really no tournament for Storm 4. You see what I'm saying?
right.
Storm 4 literally has, I don't think they ever had a tournament.
No, they did. Remember, Afro was there. Remember Afro?
Oh yeah, but
And
like
then
that was the
what's his
weakest
name?
tournament.
Shakas was there too.
That was the weakest tournament I ever seen. Like they played
But
like trash.
that was. I mean, well, no offense to them. It's just that was years ago, though. It's like,
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like the way that the game is, like Storm 3 has so many tournaments, bro. I kid you not. Like people, if you look on YouTube and type in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 tournaments, they had a lot of tournaments.
exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
And maybe
then
it's the
Storm
game.
4
There's nothing appealing about the game that Storm 4. I mean, like
Yeah,
to people that creates the tournaments, right? Now
yeah,
I understand that maybe perhaps, okay, well, yeah, they changed this, they changed that, they made this better, they made that better. But if we're not making it look good, what makes you think that they're gonna take a second look to be like, oh well, this is what the freak we want inside of our content, or this is what the freak we
exactly,
want inside of our tournament. You know
exactly,
what I mean? So, but
exactly.
I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, because I feel like a lot of times, like if you like with the tournaments are the reason that the game makes. I mean, to popularity status. Like people would know Storm 4. You know, as much as like I've asked a couple of friends, they don't even know what Storm 4 is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but why is that? And it's because they don't have tournaments. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you want to make it competitive, if you want to make a game known, and you want to get more revenue out of the game, you have to put it in events. You feel
Yep.
what I'm saying? And so the community is not really pulling on this game because of how bad the mechanics are. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so now it's overly simplified. It's dumbed down so much that you could play this game and it'd be easy for a noob to come in and just start spamming everything and thinking that they own because they win. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
With the
If they
simplicity.
take
That's what I was talking about towards the beginning of
right,
the video. Like basically talking about how somebody comes into the video, not the video. Somebody comes into the match and they freaking got dang on just doing some of the simplest crap and they do all this damage and then they freaking got dang on either end up winning or putting you at basically like at the verge of losing, if that makes
right.
sense.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
And they just stand there guarded. You know what I'm saying?
basically
Or if
with
they
that
don't
back
stand there
freaking
guarded,
step crap.
right? You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, if you really want to master the game, or if you really want to make the game or make the community a lot more enthralled in the game, you know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself at a position to have it where the mechanics meet the quality standard
And take the
of the
game more
community.
seriously. Like I mean, people
Right.
taking Dark Souls seriously. People taking Elden Ring seriously.
Bro, kid you not, bro. They take Samus from Switch more seriously than this. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, bro, they got a whole competition with Samus on Smash and stuff.
That's the thing because I mean, obviously we need like I mean, it's not necessarily us per se, but at the same time we're part of this community. But it's just the fact of the matter. I've been taking this game seriously. You've been taking this game seriously, right? We need for everyone to go on ahead and come together and we go on ahead and we show people what this game can really do. That way people can actually pay attention to it. Otherwise, who's going to ignore it? Everyone, just like they've been doing, because we have not been showing that this game has any kind of potential whatsoever because of everything that's basically been done on the game thus far, if that makes
Right.
sense. Although I am being a little critical, but that's just
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because I mean, it's just you know, I feel like this community dying out because I couldn't even find a rank match. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how
it'd be like that sometimes, man. Like I mean, to be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I was streaming the other day,
Yep.
and but no. What I'm saying is, like, I was streaming and I was doing rank matches, back to back.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
like, but see, it's like it's only a certain time of day. You know what I mean? That people are freaking on now. This game is basically
Right.
becoming that, and that shouldn't
Yeah.
be that. You see what I mean? The
Yeah.
relevance is dying down because the people are like I said, they're not taking it as seriously. And not, no, I'm not. Now this isn't directed towards anyone. It's directed towards everyone. We
Right.
all need to freaking take the game a little bit more seriously and freaking just show people what this game can actually do so that way people can actually take us more seriously when we play this game so that way they could be willing to do another tournament, you know. but
Right.
but that was kind of all of my points there, you know. But freaking, but all in all, bro, freaking, I mean, unless you do you have any other points you want to bring out?
No, I'm pretty much wiped out, bro. You
Yeah, man.
basically said.
But all together, bro. Thanks, Dante, for freaking coming on to the freaking video today, man. You know, I mean, it's nice to freaking have us all freaking together and stuff like that, and then
Yes,
basically,
sir.
just talk about all this crap. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate
Hmm.
having you on things of that nature. You know,
Man, it's an honor to be on your channel, man. And it's an honor to have you, as my big brother. You know what I'm saying? And I hope we have more game battle, games and battle against each other and get better in other games.
that we
You know
will,
what
cause I gotta show you Elden Ring too. We'll talk
I'm saying?
about
Yeah,
that
buddy.
one though. Yeah.
Yep.
But freaking, but in the meanwhile, but everyone, this is Tracer May 21. And by the way, like I said, if you like this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you did not like this video, feel free to dislike this video. That way I can know what I need to work on in terms of quality. But y'all take care.
Signing out.